Hey, YouTubers. Hey, YouTubers. It's your boy Domination. This is back in the base. Trying to do this how we do text, baby. Get it again. The all the base, 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 all the base. Go get, all the base. Go get it. All the base. Go get, all the base. Go get it. It's right back in the basic. So I'm gonna do this how we do text, baby. Man, I know it's back and doing it. It is. Real men rise up. Fake men rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. About the word preacher, preach on. And today's topic we're gonna talk about is I want to talk about black films. Everybody loves movies, doesn't? Who doesn't? I love movies. You love movies. Love and share each in a buttermint popcorn, a population popcorn, very lishable and tasting buttermint sweeter popcorn, and pass the soda and eat some candy. Enjoy the movie. But I really want to talk about these black films, man. Everybody loves movies, man, because without movies it wouldn't be California. You know, Hollywood, man, Holly weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on over there. What I don't understand, you got action movies, you got drama, you got crime, you got romance, you got comedy, you got ventures, you got horror movies, you got all these things, sci-fi, you got fantasy, you got all these other stuff, man. All these different genres of movies. But I notice that when you look at movies, especially when you look at Asian movies into martial arts, into karate, into sumo or samurai, they into stuff like that. In between like drama and action and crime in some ways, and little romance and thing a little comedy. But when you look at white movies, white movies been known as been sci-fi, fantasy, and sword. It's fantasy for Asian as well, and and romance, and drama, and comedy, and all these other stuff, all the other stuff. And I notice it. I notice it, man. I notice it. You go to Latino community, same thing. But the same thing about Latino community, they have dance lesson kind of movie. They love to dance. They love to dance. They love the fever. Whites love to dance. Blacks love to dance. Everybody loves to dance, and everybody loves the music. Different documentary movies about talking about documentary. Then you got Native America talk about the tribes and the Western and cowboys and Indian movies and Western, cowboy and West, like everybody loves to be a cowboy and stuff, cowgirl and all this other stuff. But what gets me the most, man, when you start looking at black movies, even though you look at Middle East movies dropping bombs and going to wars and all that stuff and serving Islam and being Islam and love embracing Islam, but I notice when you look at what black movies they're talking about? They talking about the neighborhood, they talk about the ghetto, the projects. We never want to talk about something positive, constructive, and want to be and there to be ignorant on the production man. I noticed that. I look at, believe me, I love movies. I love movies. Don't get me wrong. But what I don't get, we can make movies like romance in some ways, or talk about crime and drama and poverty and stress. We could make movies like that. But how come we can never make movies like horror movies? Have you ever noticed that stuff? Maybe it's the cultural differences, how they make their movies different than ours and different than theirs. Have you ever noticed that certain images I have a problem with? Why is it that if a black man make a movie, he be wearing a dress or died of horror movie or got shot in the ass? If you don't believe me, watch every fucking movie you see a brother wearing a dress, got shot in the ass, or died in a horror movie. And that salted me. That's what gets me. White guys will make a fucking movie like, dude, where's my car? They'll make movies like that. It's just a slapstick aesthetic piece of shit. Like it's about two white guys that ask, "Where's your car, dude? Where's your car, dude?" I mean, I never liked that stuff. Now I watch American Pie. At least American Pie is talking about comedy and drama and all this other stuff, man. It's about these guys and these women, especially fellas that go into their high school years and college, in high school years and college years to get laid and stuff like that. It's like the Animal House and Porky. Those are the best movies I like. But I notice that when it comes to movies like How to Be a Player, it's like they really making fun of like brothers when they get to women, but they never do white guys like that. I noticed it. They never done that. They always picture them in how they do brothers. I can never understand it. But like it goes by again what they believe that white guys are the first original men on this planet before any other man. I ain't believe this stuff. This is what they believe, and that's stuck in our heads in the black community to this day. Even when we don't want to admit to this or not, we don't want to admit it, but it's the truth. It goes back to the caveman days. It goes back to the damn dinosaurs, the scientific of it, racism. Now I get it. Why image is everything. Words mean something. Have you ever have you ever noticed that you ever see black men and black women having sex in a movie, in a graphic love movie, except Jason lyrics and also Baby Boy, but things like Love Jones, our people ain't into that. Like jazz and singing and jazz into poetry and that, but it comes from that, from us, man, and I'm proud of that. But what gets me the most, you look at whites and Asian, and everybody else, they have a love making the best interest between a man and woman relationship. But when it comes to us, we just bicker and batterment all the time. I never understood it. I never get it. But it goes by again. The problem came from the '70s when fetishism got started. That's all it was. Between a white woman have a problem with her man and black women have a problem with her man. We already know where it came from. I mean, come on. And when it deals with racism, but see, first thing when you mention this, they start whining and complaining. They will say the same thing if it happens to them. Women will say something too. First thing women gonna say is racist and sexist. Don't women won't women can't say they won't say the same thing because they does. When you look at black movies, it's hard to find good black movies nowadays because most black movies they're not all the same, but it's always pictured and genetic as is always something negative. It's something negative about to say. If it ain't negative about to say the black men, it say something negative to say about the black woman. Why is that? Why isn't that Hollywood portray these certain type of movies? I'll give you an instant. If you ever watch Family Guy, him and his wife, they are loving, caring a lot more for each other, more good give for each other. But watch the show Cleveland show, they get this show like it's dysfunctional and dysfunctional broken down family. Like this brother can't even get anything right. Like he clumsy and dumb and out of clumsiness. I never understand. And look how they portray his woman like she just a piece of dime brick, a brick off the fucking piece. Like she just wasted all her years. And when she was young, she wouldn't want this guy. But when she got two left out or baby left out kids, he got one child by previous relationship. I can never understand. See, our people need to change because and whites too. But I notice when you look at movies, it's always showing some image and that bother because when you picture making fun of somebody, you picture me making fun of me as well because I have a problem with this. But you can't blame whites, man, because that's the way they see us. But it's really our own people do this. Our own people, we embrace it and we think it's funny. We really think that's not. But all it is, we want people to laugh at us and not laugh with us. Because any other community would have this problem. With that movie Chain on Chain, I knew that was going to be a problem with this movie because of black men killing white people in the movie. But they put a white guy right next to him, and a white guy and a black man killing people together, killing both whites together, and the white guy was in there himself. If they did not put the white guy in there, it would make a racial differences out of this. They would have like 12 years of slavery. I didn't want to see that movie because all you see is 12 years of fucking slavery. If we come from damn slave boats, where are the fucking slave boats? Where the slave boats? Where this term African American came from? Indigenous one. Look that brother up, man, because that guy tell you what African American came from. It will tell you. Like European, look at that word up, and people don't know it comes from a Greek woman sitting on a damn bull. That's what the name Europe came from, but it's spelled with U P A, something like that. Europe, like Europa, something like that. Yeah, her name Europe, Europe, yeah, something like that. But it's named after a female. She is a daughter of Zeus. You know, the king of the lords. Look it up, man. That's Jesus' sister, I guess. You know, pagan gods they believe. And then you got Egypt blackology god. That's black gods. That's our gods. They say. Some people say that's Arab or Europeans, but they look black if you ask me. But I'm gonna tell you, man. You know that what gets me, man. That we will never make movies like fantasy movies, horror movies. We'll make drama in some ways and thrillers and crime and comedy and romance and family movies. But we always make movies uplifting inspiration movies. There's nothing wrong with that. But why we won't make a movie flip it and try something else other movies to do? It's always a damn fucking slave movie. That's all you see. We would never make an action movie, horror movie, stuff like that. White people into that type of stuff. If it ain't white people, it'd be Asian into kung fu and martial arts. All that. Middle East, they into the stuff that always in the on the third world coast, like always in war and suicide, attempting throwing bombs and setting the bombs in other countries, stuff like that. But give me your video response. Why you think that is? Because when you look at black movies, it's hard to find a good man like black exploitation films. That was all action movies in some ways. It's like a black central, and not black central, it's a black sitcom in some ways, and it shows that sweet badass and the Mac and stuff like that. Even though Culture Picture of freedom fighting back freedom movies, you could say that much. But what I don't get about black movies, man, you barely can't even find a good black movie. Cause most black movies look the same. Quite a few black movies are different. I wish we could try something else instead of making a damn slave movie every goddamn time. But if you look at white movies hitting the box office hits, but black movies, it's always picturing the same damn thing. Give me your comments and give me a brief response on why you think that is. And give me your issue and tell me what you think of this issue, alright? Alright. And that's the topic I want to talk about today. It's your boy Domination. This is back of the base. The chuck of the deuces. How we do this, Texas, baby. Until next time, alright? Alright. Peace and I'm out.